Just us.
Just us.
After a couple of feel-good wins, we would do a bad one, and we finally had it. The Warriors lost to the Milwaukee Bucks today. Bit of a depressing loss. Every loss is depressing, but this one was... It felt like we should have won, especially because Giannis was out. When we learned he was out, we were like, yes.
Yeah, it was definitely a winnable game. And hi, everyone, I'm back.
You are back.
We lost 110 to 120.
Not great.
Not great. There was hope with about 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
But the Bucks, I mean, give them credit. I think they did a really good job taking care of the ball, which we did not.
Yeah.
And they made the shots that counted the most. Very timely threes and some easy buckets for them as well.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a trap game, although it kind of had that feeling to begin with. It was definitely a Ryan Rollins revenge game.
Yeah, Ryan Rollins, former Warriors player. He's on the Bucks. He had a career night. How many points did he have? He had 32 points, which is his career high.
Yeah, he could not miss. Was it Bobby Portis couldn't miss?
Miles Turner
couldn't miss. Meanwhile, we were missing left, right, and center. It was really frustrating to see in the first half, at least anyway, first 3 quarters actually, the Warriors constantly taking threes that didn't go in, but not adjusting their strategy to be a little more forceful in getting layups, which was annoying.
Yeah, and this has happened before where I've observed that they'll continue missing threes and not make the adjustment. For example, I think Kuminga had a really hot start. He did really well. He wasn't even taking threes. He was just making buckets.
Doing pinpoint passes.
But then it was just the barrage of threes. We were only 2 of 12 on threes in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They could have gone to Kuminga more.
Yeah, they should have. And I think that the difficult thing that happens, I think, to the Warriors is when there's a player missing threes like Steph or even Pods, they don't see it collectively as a sign that they need to change their strategy and stop relying on threes. They instead read it as, oh, this player, my teammate, is missing threes, so now I'm going to take the threes and try and get them. And instead of like taking the sign that maybe it's not a good idea to shoot loads of threes, they all start taking turns to miss, which is really, really annoying, especially because they are good at getting in. Like Jimmy's there, Steph is good, Buddy can even do it, Pods can do it, but they spent way too long trying to shoot threes and missing. I do think there was also some pretty sketchy calls from the refs at times. Steph should have got a few more free throws. There was some times where he was being held, obviously. There were a couple where he was in the air and definitely got fouled, but didn't get anything out of it.
He also didn't score for
a really
long time. His first field goal was a 3 midway through the first quarter.
Yeah.
Was it the first quarter or the second quarter? I think he didn't have a field goal in the first quarter.
No.
I think, he didn't score or make a bucket until the second quarter.
Yeah. Pods was doing good, though, like for the most part. He was passing, he was making the most of mental lapses in the opponent's defense and using that to kind of move the ball around. I think it was a weird clash of paces as well. Like Warriors were trying to play fast, but the Bucks were like going way slower when they had the ball. And they played fast when they successfully defended and got back in transition. But when they were just moving the ball up the court, it felt like they were going way more methodical with it. And I think it kept the Warriors out of rhythm in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and I think the turning point of the game was in the third quarter when the Warriors went on a 4-minute scoring drought. So They didn't score at all. During that time, the Bucks went 12-0. So they were scoring, we were not. We lost the third quarter, but it was still a close game, I'd say.
Yeah, very close.
At the end of the third.
Yeah, I mean, like there were multiple times where we were ahead. And then even when we were behind, as we were closing in on the end of the game, it looked like we were positioned to make a dramatic comeback. We were within striking distance, but then a series of missed shots, some poor decision making, and getting Kuminga back into it a bit too late. I think that kind of crushed any dreams of a comeback there. It was a really frustrating game to watch, Steph did get off some absurd shots.
That
Some
didn't
of them
count
counted, some of them didn't. There's one side shot which
from half court.
from half court. Oh no, this was one a little closer where he got it off so quickly and it went in and it counted. But it was mostly a lot of stagnant play from the Warriors. They were moving the ball around a decent amount, but not actually hitting their shots.
Yeah, and there were some good deflections, good defensive moves. However, it was being the reason that we couldn't get ahead was because when we turned the ball over, the Bucks were scoring. Off of our missed opportunities and possessions. So they were scoring, they were in double digits when it came to points off of our turnovers. So that really erased any lead that we could have gotten.
The Warriors had 21 turnovers, probably more than that by the end of it.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, like halfway through the fourth quarter, is where I recorded 21 turnovers, and I was like, I'm not recording these anymore. It's depressing. And that's when also Steph tried to, he started doing a bit too much with his handles and lost it one time, and it was a messy game, I think. And I think that in a lot of ways the team let their guard down a bit because they presumably thought, oh, no, Giannis will be okay. They can't do that again. They need to take every team as if they are a contender, unfortunately. Even as if you play like the shittest team in the league, they got to keep that going. If only because they are playing well and you want to keep that momentum building.
Should we talk about two things that are not really relevant to the game itself?
What's that?
Giannis dressed up like a minion pregame because it's the day before Halloween.
Yeah.
He tends to dress up. I wonder how big those overalls must have had to be.
Huge.
Yeah, they must
Definitely.
Maybe custom made.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Probably.
And then I think the second thing that's not super relevant, but kind of related to the game, Steph's free throw streak.
Ended.
It ended. I think it's the broadcaster curse.
The commentator curse happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
where they mentioned it.
Just before that, Bob Fitzgerald was talking about this is his second longest streak and then
of his career.
Yeah.
So I think it was he had made 55 in a row. And his longest streak is 80 consecutive free throws. And then in the course of this game, he missed. And he laughed and smiled after because I'm sure he knew about his streak. But yeah, I don't think broadcasters or commentators should ever talk about streaks like that because that's when things go wrong.
You're very superstitious.
I am because it's happened time and time again.
Yeah, or at least wait until the free throw is over before you mention it.
Wait until the game is over,
Yeah.
I think. Don't mention it during the game because that's when they start missing.
Unravel.
Yeah.
Draymond was playing decently. He had a few fouls that could have been avoided. Pods, some interesting errant passes. One of the passes, he just kind of threw it basically into the stands, and everyone was like, what was that? There were times when the Bucks were also shooting poorly, but we weren't converting their mistakes into points for us like they were, and consistent was Ryan Rollins. So there wasn't much. Taurean Prince was also not missing. He was doing really well. And you don't really expect that from him. So I think they all got a bit blindsided by how many. I think it was 8 players on the Bucks that were in double figures.
Which is impressive.
That's impressive. I feel like that's one of those ones where it's you can't prepare for that.
Here's the thing. When your star player isn't on the court, it gives everyone else a chance to have their best, even career games.
Yeah.
So they really put in extra effort when they know they're going to have more playtime and the ball is going to be in their hands more.
Yeah. The Warriors are 0 for 12 in the last couple of years when the opponent sits their star player.
Really?
Yes. So it's a trend for us as Warriors. But yeah, if you want to beat the Warriors, just take your best players off. Apparently, that seems to be the trend.
Let's suggest that to every team we play next.
We want them to win, not to lose. But yeah, it was a tricky game. Unfortunate that they lost. It has kind of soured the mood slightly, given that we had 2 pretty good games. Next game is up against Pacers, and their star player is not playing.
Who's their star player without Halliburton?
Without Halliburton, I'm not sure who it is. I can't even think of who it would be.
Yeah, so Tyrese is still recovering from, what was his injury?
ACL,
ACL.
isn't it?
Yeah, ACL.
In which he
which he
injured himself
injured
in the
himself in the finals.
finals.
Was it game 7?
Yeah,
Game
it was the
7.
final game.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
Pascal
sad.
Siakam, I guess.
Okay.
They have Pascal Siakam on the Pacers, as well as who else do they have? Let me think.
So that game's on Saturday. It's an early start because it's in Indiana. So that game Pacific time is at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, they got Cam Jones. He's injured, so I don't know if he's going to play. T.J. McConnell.
Oh, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good, but he's currently out with a hamstring injury.
Their team is kind of cooked
They
for
have
this season.
multiple-time NBA dunk contest winner Matt McClung in there.
Oh, is Matt McClung on the team?
He recently got waived, and then the Pacers picked him up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he deserves a little bit of a shot. Aaron Neesmith is also very good. Or
The
good.
worrying thing is that the Warriors' schedule, to look ahead, the next 10 of the next 12 games are on the road.
Last season we were pretty good on the road. Once we got Jimmy, we kind of did the unexpected and won a series of road games, much to the surprise of pretty much everyone. So I'm hoping that this game is effectively them being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and shaken into not taking things lightly again. This is hopefully a wake-up call game for them, and they go back into the locker room and are like, we screwed that one ourselves. Let's not do that again. They are hopefully going to be a little sharper with the Pacers. And obviously, as annoyed as I am, it's a season of 82 games. Like, we're going to lose more, probably. That one season.
Well, hopefully not more than we win.
Yeah.
When you said more, I was like, no, you win more games
yeah.
in the season.
Yeah, you need
And
to
hopefully-
win more than lose, of course.
Yes.
But we will likely feel the sting of a loss again, but hopefully not as frustrating.
Yeah,
I don't mind losing on a nail biting,
Right.
difficult one, but when it's like, who are these clowns cooking us?
I think Steph will come out and have a really good game on Saturday.
Yeah. So Steph always follows up his dry streaks or his cold periods with just white hot play.
Yeah, he's not going to be bested by Ryan Rollins, let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I don't believe that we'll be playing the Bucks again this season, are we?
Well, they'll probably
Unless-
visit us.
Yeah, they'll visit us, but I
So
don't
it's
think we
usually
play them.
2.
Yeah,
Either 1 or 2 games.
yeah, one
in
or
the
two
season,
games,
yeah.
unless there's a playoff thing happening. I doubt that though. No, because they're in the West, aren't they?
They're in
They're
the
West.
East.
Wait, Milwaukee are
Milwaukee,
East. Yeah,
mhm.
I don't know American geography. I'm
You
British.
don't. It's okay. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
so there's a chance that we could play them
In the finals.
in the finals.
I don't think that's going to be the matchup, but yeah.
You never know. I mean, the thing that is really frustrating for me is I was enjoying the change in sentiment around the Warriors, where multiple, well-known analysts and on TV and also off on social networks and that kind of stuff were changing their tune and being like, the Warriors look like a favorite to win.
They look like they played they played in 2022,
Yes,
which
yes.
was kind of a surprise championship year.
There's a guy who I watch on, I can't remember if it's TikTok, but what he did was he took all the teams and looked at what happens to a championship team in the season before they win the championship and the off season before they win the championship. So there's a series of stats and factors that he puts in against every team to see what happens. And the only team to tick every box that needs to be ticked that then translates into a championship in the next season. So this season was the Warriors.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah. So it's stuff like, do you have a star player? Were you in the top 5 for defense? Were you in, this ranking? Did you do X, Y, Z? What did you do in your off season? And the trend was the Warriors are looking like they've hit everything. So I watched that and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Statistically, based on precedent and habits of championship teams, the Warriors are technically the only team in contention.
Right. So we can't take losses too seriously.
I mean, I
I
will.
mean, we will.
I'm
of
going
course.
to cry now.
I know. We're it's not going to be a nice night for us. We're going to be
No.
very sad. But you know what? So I've been reading Steph Curry's book, Shot Ready, which is so good.
Mhm.
And one of the things that he says is he tries to have amnesia, right? He like a bad loss or a loss like this, he'll put it away. He doesn't need to think about it. Even on every possession, if he misses, he tries to forget about it and have confidence to be ready on the next possession. So I kind of feel like they're going to let this one go a bit. They do have things to learn. I think the main takeaways for the next game are to take care of the ball, don't turn it over, and just have better flow offensively, I think.
I think I'd be more upset and worried if it was last season where we would lose and it was very clear the team dynamic wasn't working. There was not a lot of kind of connection between the players. I think the one thing that we can take solace in is the Milwaukee team was good.
But we're better.
We were also good. And
No,
we
we're
are
better. Yeah.
We are better. And the team is gelling. And there's not like, it's not like where we had Lindy Waters and CP3 and these random other players, you know, Kyle Anderson. And
Yeah,
we
everyone goes well together.
Yeah.
I think it's just about having consistency in our play. And certain players do need to step up a bit. I'm thinking about Buddy Hield, who is just having a really hard time making a bucket.
Threes, yeah.
Kuminga has been a star.
Kuminga's been fantastic.
He's been great, which I think is the opposite of the tail end of last season.
Yeah.
So that's why we, I think, have more confidence that, okay, we lost, but we're a really good team and can do better. And they know that they can do better.
Yeah. And we also have a lot of players who could have breakout seasons even. Pods is potentially one of them. Will Richard, he's been playing pretty consistently close to immaculate.
It looks like he's been in the league for a while.
People keep saying looks like he's been playing for 5 years. And that comes when you're like a college champion, I guess. But very rarely is it that confident. People keep pointing out he doesn't look rattled when he misses a three or, you know, something doesn't go his way. He doesn't look like he's like Steph, where he just forgets immediately and carries on going, which is an encouraging quality. We also haven't got DeAnthony Melton yet.
Or Seth Curry.
So we are still missing two players.
I wonder how that's going to work. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I think Seth Curry will probably get put in where ordinarily we'd need Buddy to go.
I was going to say, yeah, I think he'll probably take over some of Buddy's minutes.
Yeah, if Buddy's not looking great, you swap in Seth. See, one of those 2 3-point shooters, specialists, should hopefully be able to pick up some of the slack. And then Melton, I think, will be good when ordinarily we would put GP2 in. You'd probably put Melton in because that wingspan. And also GP2 has been playing kind of all over the place. In important moments, he has shown up, but team tends to foul a lot, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
well, he's trying to be aggressive when he comes on the floor, and I think that's where he gets in a bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, but that's his role, right? He's in there to swing momentum, try and shift the tone of the game, and he does that by being aggressive and moving around a lot, which is the risk of that is you accidentally foul a lot. I wish he just would be careful about fouling on threes, which he has a habit of doing, unfortunately. And he does try and like angle it and like do flybys and stuff, but these days with players being tricky, it's much harder to get away with it, I think.
Yeah. This recap ended up being a bit longer than I think we anticipated. We had a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
We were just simmering, right? As the game was ending, I think we had a lot to say, and now we're done.
Yeah. We are
right?
done. We're done. We're cooked.
Okay.
I think we're going to try over the next few episodes, I am planning to try some things with recording. As we mentioned first time, we record these in Shazia's walk-in closet, which is great because it's filled with clothes and it means the sound quality is excellent. But it's also very warm in here, so I might do some testing and see if there's any other rooms in the apartment where we could get away with recording and have relatively good audio quality.
Yeah, because the other downside of recording in here is that Miko is scratching at the door.
She's at the door. The cat is at the door.
She wants to come in
wants
here.
in. She hates closed doors like most cats.
She misses us
Yeah,
while we're in here.
She's very, very needy. And
for those of you who don't know, Miko is our cat.
Miko is our cat. Moon does not care.
She doesn't care
Moon
at all.
is like, oh, they're gone finally. But anyways, we will see you again for the next episode, which will be
Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday's game.
Damn, on Saturday, we'll have to figure this out. Because if there's Saturday is also when we record like the fuller episodes.
Right.
So will we have to record 2 episodes? Maybe we'll just do one and include the recap in that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of logistics, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
In the meantime, please do hit subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this. If you're on YouTube, thumbs up and leave a comment as well. We've been slowly picking up subscribers. Growth is slow, but it's growth nevertheless. So if you can share as well and let anyone who might be interested in a NBA podcast, basketball podcast, or a Warrior specific podcast, let them know that we're here. And follow us on YouTube. We're Just Us Podcasts. On pretty much everything else, we are Just Us GSW Pod. TikTok, Instagram, and then we'll see you very soon.
All right, Just Us on 3. 1, 2, 3. Just us.
Sad.
Well, that was a sad one.
Just Us,
Sad
yeah.
Just Us.